Display of angry and justified, yet uplifting and funny civil disobedience in the form of a live town hall forum hosted by the City of Los Angeles Police Commission this week. So the meeting, which was open to the public, and they encouraged people to call in and air their grievances. It was the first virtual town hall type meeting since the protests began, and it could not have come at a better time because just one day before this meeting took place, Los Angeles Police Chief Michael Moore.
Great. First things first, Chief Moore, you gotta do a better job of pretending you care about this, man. I've been watching you roll your eyes and offer half-hearted smirks, acting like a teenager who's falling asleep in detention. Are you not aware of the war crimes your department's doing, or are you just that impatient to go do more of them? I see a lot of you, particularly sober-off, only react when folks use profanity in their remarks. If you think curse words are bad, wait until you hear about these 600-plus murders your department has committed over the last 7 years. As long as Moore's out here equating peaceful protesters with cops who murder black people, you all could pretend to be as angry about murder as the F word, okay, kids? I know you're all having a rough day, what with everyone here telling you you're bad at your jobs. Have you considered being good at your jobs? If not, you could find new jobs in retail or restaurants. I know how desperate Garcetti is to get Angelinos consuming again during a global pandemic. Where were the curfews then? By the way, weird. Chief Moore is morally obligated to resign. Mikey, I know you said you didn't mean protesters are as much to blame for George Floyd's murder as his murderers. That's a lie. It is what you meant, and we all know it. Mikey's made it clear in his racist actions and empty platitudes that he doesn't care about the well-being of his constituents. He loves to tear gas them, blind them, force them indoors with curfews that are announced only a half hour before they take effect, and racially profile as he does so. Don't think I didn't hear about how yesterday you sent out an alert in English saying curfew started at 5 p.m. and sent out an alert right after in Spanish saying it started at 6. What's up with that, bud? All your cute Zoom background photos of the city won't trick us into thinking you care about anyone but yourselves and what's in your pockets. To close with a James Cameron quote, cops think of all non-cops as less than they are, stupid, weak, and evil. They dehumanize the people they're sworn to protect and desensitize themselves in order to do that job. That's you pigs to a T. Black Lives Matter, act like it. Happy Tuesday.
I just want to say congratulations. You're all getting famous for being faces of corruption and evil. You cowards are using chemical weapons on peaceful protesters during a pandemic. You make me fucking sick. Especially you, Steve and Eileen, you repugnant little babies. I'm so sick of seeing you two messing with your phones and squirming this entire time. You are doubly disgusting. You work for us. Don't you fucking forget it ever again. And Mike Moore, you need to be fired immediately. But hey, little guy, you can always learn how to code. Black Lives Matter.
My name is Sasha Nonis Barnes. I'm a white Jewish man who lives in Koreatown. I want to first say to the white people who have just realized that this is how the police act, shame on you for not listening to black people who have been yelling about this for decades and centuries. Hi, Chief Moore. I'm talking specifically to you, but I'm directing my comments towards the commission as well. I would normally start by saying all due respect, but respect is something that's not given, it's earned. We pay your officers to respect the community, but they need to earn that respect in return. You've sat here with your mask on, fiddling around on your desk, and you ask for respect. Your words ring hollow. Actions speak 10 times louder, and your actions were to shoot innocent, peaceful protesters who were exercising their First Amendment right to free speech and peaceable assembly with rubber bullets, which are metal bullets coated in rubber and can kill a human being at close range, and tear gas, and as well attack them with batons. And you think that's okay. The narrative is that police are allowed to act this way when they get scared. If you scare so easily, why are you police? You claim to want to listen, but in your actions, you refuse. You want to change this system, start by resigning in shame, and follow it by doing everything that Reggie just asked you to do. Who has been out with the brooms and the tools cleaning up the mess? The citizens. The police do not care about the people. And as a message for Eric Garcetti, your political career is over. The people will not forget that you turned a blind eye to militarized police shooting and gassing their own citizens. The LAPD is akin to the Gestapo and needs to be defunded and dismantled. And to the commission, upgrade your Zoom account with all that fucking money. I yield my time.
Black Lives Matter, defund the police. I find it disgusting that the LAPD is slaughtering peaceful protesters on the street. I had 2 friends go to the protest in Beverly Hills a couple days ago, and the protest was peaceful until the police showed up with their excessive violent force, shooting rubber bullets and throwing tear gas. Is this what you think of protecting and serving? Because I think it's bullshit. Fuck you, Michael Moore. I refuse to call you an officer or a chief because you don't deserve those titles. You are a disgrace. Suck my dick and choke on it. I yield my time. Fuck you.
La Mesa, California, with cops firing into a crowd gathered peacefully.
Yeah, you better back up and fucking release that dude.
Here's Huntington Beach, where just a few weeks back, in this exact spot, the cops let a bunch of right-wing nutjobs swarm the area to protest the lockdown. No riot cops then, but this time, everyone here, they're getting on the ground, they're being compliant, they got the arms behind their back, and the cops, they still just start shooting, despite everyone, following the rules. What do you want us to do?
Here's San Luis Obispo, California. The crowd is just chanting like 100 feet away from the nearest cop. And then they all get tear gassed out of nowhere without any warning.
This is what democracy looks like.
Here's Walnut Creek, California, where, same shit.
Shit! Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Run, 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 run!
Here's San Diego, again, same shit, peaceful protest, good vibes, then boom! The police try and do actually start a riot.
Here's Columbus. The protesters literally sitting on a sidewalk. Cops walk right up to them, tear gas them, taking a peaceful situation, turning it into a violent situation. In a Twitter thread that's also been compiled into a Google Doc, because the thread itself is like 250 posts long right now.
Yeah.
There's a great 2020 Police Brutality Twitter account. There's a subreddit about called 2020 Police Brutality. And journalist Jordan Uhl, technically a friend of the show because we're all Twitter mutuals, but we've never had him on.
I played Fort.
A lot going on, a lot of stuff. Not doing any bits today. Just gonna get into everything that would fall into my usual kind of purview of what I think I know about, and I'll try to tell you as much as I possibly can about what you can do. So, Attorney General William Barr, he's in charge of the U.S. Department of Justice, and he's been extra busy the past few days. If you saw that photo of Trump holding the Bible, well, moments prior to the photo op, protesters were in that area. William Barr ordered the protesters to be removed, so following their orders, the police used tear gas as they advanced with riot shields. So if this instance is any indicator of Barr's attitude toward protesters, he's going to use his power to fulfill his agenda. So that was Barr reacting to a situation, one thing. Now his agency has reacted to the protest as a whole and have granted the DEA power to investigate those protesting George Floyd's death. BuzzFeed News got their hands on a 2-page memo with all the details, and a couple things really stuck out to me. The DEA can conduct covert surveillance, and the Attorney General may authorize any officer or employee of the DEA to perform such other law enforcement duties as the Attorney General may designate. Let's start there, the second thing. The DOJ basically has a blank check to order the DEA to carry out such other law enforcement duties. What does that mean? I think it means literally whatever he wants. Whatever he wants done that he can legally justify. The law's a little malleable right now, so that's scary. But the first thing that one scares me a little bit more, conduct covert surveillance. What does that mean? Well, it could mean one of many, many bad things. Mass scale facial recognition for crowds, that's been seen both in the UK and the US. This could mean, so let's say you're being caught on camera and it could implicate you in any crimes committed in that area that were seen on camera near you, location-wise. It could mean that protesters out after curfew and caught on camera could be arrested in their homes later. Like, they don't even have to catch you. They can see you, have the computer ID you, and then show up the next day, the next week. you know, it's not really a perfect system because in the UK in 2018, the false positive rate was as high as 92%. So imagine how chaotic things are now. Imagine that with computers making mistakes. So, okay, Phil, let's say that facial recognition tech is too inaccurate or inconvenient and they just want to, you know, fully put their power out there. So they could tweak the tech that's used to track citizens during the pandemic, which is still going on. Oh, the pandemic, I almost forgot. So the data that they were using to see if people were like staying in their homes, that was largely anonymous and just, they were tracking how much people were moving from where they stayed. But a government agency could either order mobile telecoms to hand over location data for individuals, and that would give the government the godlike power of associating a name to a cell phone, or I don't know, 500 to 500,000 cell phones in an area at a protest. Or they could exploit the contact tracing feature that came out that half the people were like, that might not work, or I'm freaked out, and some people were like, please, if I go to the store, I want to know if I came in contact with someone who was, you know, tested positive for the coronavirus. Well, if people have this enabled, the government could theoretically tap into this one. But for real, like, none of these are sci-fi paranoia. If you look at 2011's Occupy Wall Street protests, they were targeted by the FBI. The Department of Homeland Security had a plan to use surveillance in 2015's Ferguson protests, and people were monitored in 2016 Freddie Gray protests. So, I mean, the stuff I mentioned, it's purely speculation by me. I mean, it's educated speculation based on the stuff the government's done in the past decade. But they honestly could have newer, more advanced, and more invasive ways of tracking people. But I will stop speculating and creating potential fear-mongering, because I don't think you need any more opinions. You need information. So what can you do? Okay, here's where I'm useful. There's a lot of long read guides and quick cheat sheets on what you can do before you leave the house to protest. So no matter how small the gathering, no matter how peaceful you plan to be, start here, your phone. So turn off any kind of biometric face or thumb unlocking on your phone and put on a strong passcode. Not a PIN number, numbers and letters passcode. Yes, that's way less convenient for what most people have on their phone, but think about if it's a pain in the ass for you to get in, it's more likely to be a pain in the ass for them to try to get in, because the police can legally make you use your face or fingerprint biometric data to open a phone. And a passcode with numbers and letters is just much stronger than a 6-digit PIN. Another thing you can do is put your phone in airplane mode to avoid being tracked. It's not about just turning off the location tracking on your phone or GPS, because people can be triangulated via cell tower or via Wi-Fi network. So if you walk past a shop and they have Wi-Fi, there's a record of your phone ID being there. Or the police or law enforcement may employ stingray devices, which are these boxes that basically act as a fake cell tower, and they get everything around them to latch on. And they go, oh, this is a cell tower. And they just scrape all the device IDs, and then people can be placed in certain places and tracked. But a way of making sure none of these hit you is you can toggle airplane mode, which is another way that you can save some battery. Or if you're paranoid or just want to like really save battery, you can turn your phone off. Hey, there you go. If you are running low on battery, make sure you bring a battery to charge your phone, before you leave the house if you have one, because your phone can drain while taking long videos, being in crowded areas, if there's poor cell service. Which brings us to being prepared for bad cell service. We've all been to a concert, a sporting event, or just some places don't have cell service. Well, that can drain your battery, so this is a way of keeping that your phone alive. And also figure out a meeting place for your party that you're there with in case one or all of you don't have a usable phone. Maybe it's broken, maybe it's confiscated, or maybe it's just dead. Now, this is for the next level. People, if you are serious, you can bring a burner phone. You can get a little flip phone, or if you have a backup phone, or swap out a SIM card or something. That way none of your data or identity is on the device. And if you're a brain genius, which I am not, you can actually learn your friend's phone numbers so they're not like in the phone. That might be asking too much. I literally know 2 phone numbers that aren't mine, so your mileage may vary. Maybe you can still learn new things. I can't. There's a million other things you can do. I'm not going to sit here and list all of them. Gizmodo has a great guide. A lot of other people have been posting really great infographics that just have like, hey, here's 9 things to remember. You can share this with your friends or use it as a checklist before you leave the house, which could be cool. So lastly, encryption. So the reason communications aren't necessarily safe when you're out is texts and calls can be intercepted because they're not encrypted by default. And the same thing is true as if you're at home or mobily using Zoom, it's not encrypted. Because if you're organizing a protest or talking about your plans to attend a protest or anything else, if you're using the free version of Zoom, the FBI and police can have access to that because Zoom is kind of giving them a back door. Their rationale is it's to help stop illegal crime because illegal criminals won't pay for the version of Zoom, whatever. But hey, Signal. Now there's an app that's encrypted by default. It lets you anonymously talk with your people. Look right on their website. Edward Snowden's quoted right there as saying he uses it every day, and I know a lot of news organizations take anonymous tips via Signal, so if it's good enough for them, it should be good enough for you. So for real, whatever you do, whether you're protesting, marching, making signs, donating, or just at home freaking out because it feels like the world's collapsing around you, just be safe, try to take care of yourself. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm sure the guys, Ricky and Elliot, do as well, because there's so much other stuff you can do and be watching. But thank you and stay safe.
All right, well, thanks, Phil. And this show's just not, it's becoming less and less fun to do with each passing day of the past however many years.
We'll have fun someday soon. Don't worry about that. The 2 updates, all 4 of the officers have been charged. The one was bumped up to 2nd-degree murder. So progress there. But again, like we said, would that have happened without the outrage of the entire country and a lot of other countries around the world? And the other one was, we should have brought it up earlier, but did you see the New York Post article about the Rolex shop?
Yeah, this is what I'm saying, because the cops, they're just
in the article, it was all the inventory had been removed, but the whole article was about how the cops had said
the headline
$2 million worth of watches had been stolen.
This is what I'm saying with the media's relationship to the police. They kind of, and you can't blame them entirely, but it's a lot of the information they're reporting is literally just 100% what the police tell them.
Yeah.
And guys, sometimes the police lie. And yeah, that one was hilarious because it was
literally refuted the claim.
Steal $2.5 million worth of Rolexes from this Rolex shop. And the Rolex shop's no, we don't keep the watches just out there. They're in the vault.
There were broken glass. That was
glass.
It. Yeah. Anyways, that's it for now. It doesn't really look like any of this is going away anytime soon.
Nope.
So stay safe out there, folks. Also, by the way, in addition to our fundraising that we have a link below and we're putting money towards, and we hope that we can hit our goal for the Bail Project. Our friends over at the Going in Raw Wrestling podcast, Steven Larson, who you've seen before on our live streams, and if you know them from Machinima or whatever, they're doing a live stream on Friday. It's a charity stream on their Twitch channel, and they're also going to be raising money for the Bail Project as well. So we'll leave a link in the description to their tweet that has all of the information, when it starts, what's benefiting, the links for the charity, and all of that. We'll leave a link in the description below. And and in addition to the link that we have for our fundraising initiative as well. So thank you for taking some time out of your day to watch our video. I know it's not our typical fare, and but we wanted to say something and kind of document what's been going on. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you, I don't know when, but whenever there's something more to talk about.
We'll meet again.
Yes.
Don't know where. Don't know where.
Oh, really quick, hold on. RTJ4 was dropped early today, and it is absolutely fantastic. And it's free, obviously. If you have Spotify or whatever. But I think they released download links on their site for free as well. So make sure you go listen to the new Run the Jewels album, RTJ4, because makes a lot of sense right now. There's a lot of songs on there where I was listening to the lyrics, and I was like, he could have written this week, and it would have been just as shocking right now. But I think LP even confirmed on Twitter, is no, Killer Mike wrote that verse in November of 2019, and it sounds like he wrote it today.
Damn.
So check out that album. It's out now for free, and check out all of our links below. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.